Turn my headphones up. Louder.
All right, episode 45. This is I take the L today. I was actually on time / late. We got episode 45 with my guy Malik. Malik, thank you for coming on, man. He is now a member of the Congo team, but first and foremost, he is a member of his own team, which is...
A-Flex. Stop wishing, start working. Y'all know what it is, man.
Hey, boy, A-Flex Fitness. He's had a great journey since I met him in the PT route, working with Dr. Gersh, figuring out life, going through here and there, and now evolving into Congo. But then we also have another special guest. Aaron, who we got here today?
Got Naeed, all the way from Wyoming.
So Naeed is from Wyoming, Sheridan, Wyoming, our hometown. As you can tell, I'm bringing everybody from Wyoming into Houston, but everybody from Houston and LA is going to Wyoming.
Nah, straight up.
You guys played together, right?
No, I coached him as well.
Oh,
so
shit, you're the old guy.
Yeah, I am the old guy now, yeah.
And you won a championship? You win a championship? 2 or 1? 3. He only won 3 championships because that's when they called it 4A football, but it ain't 4A football no more. But we'll get into more of that later. Now, it's a pleasure to have you here in Houston working at Congo. It's a pleasure to have you here on the podcast. What I was saying was I started my morning today. I always do my lunges. I do the workouts. I send them to the team. But then what happened was the kids across the street were putting out Halloween decorations, and I am Tom Purcell. Yo, it's on. And as you know, I'm a big Halloween guy, and 'tis the season. And shout out to Chalkline Official. We've been talking. That Hulk Hogan jacket, which is right there. Also, shout out to GQ Frames. He has framed the 3 jerseys we have there. And then recently, after Hulk Hogan passed, he just framed that for us. And then a client of mine, love him or hate him, people, it's not controversy. We got a signed picture of Donald Trump and Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant. Prime Andre, Prime Hulk, and Prime Trump. So, and also GQ also framed the DeAndre Hopkins. We made it in the Houston Chronicle. Don't know if you know that. We're there. We're growing. We're expanding. Malik's not taking a shot today. It is only going to be me. But guess what? All 3 of you guys keep your mouth shut, but not really, because this is going to be live. You all get a secret taste. Sorry, Stodge, I made a decision here.
See what
of
we
Congo.
Got,
Don't take that yet. Gotcha. Sups. Sorry, you guys get the average Joe cups. An exclusive flavor we are working on, or may not be working on. Could be a trial run. That's all I can really say. And all you guys are going to do is, I'm going to chase mine because I'm going to hit mine with the Terramana. All you guys to give is a real life taste test. Okay. You know what? I'll probably finish this by today, so I'm going to go from the mouth. Malik, thank you for coming on.
Course,
sorry for the long intro, Daily Dose followers. It's been one hell of a morning. Hey, Aaron, salute episode what? 45. Here we go. First
45.
taste.
Pretty good. Pretty good. I like it. Yeah. What we think?
What do we think?
I like it.
I like it. I'm just trying to figure out what it is. That's
Exactly.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
all.
That's why I was like taking a moment apart. I'm like, what am I tasting right now? Okay.
Okay, so what are you tasting right now?
I want to say fruit punch, but it's not fruit punch because
Okay.
we already got fruit punch. I'm trying to think.
Do you need a little bit more?
Okay, I'm not gonna
Okay,
lie
we'll
to
go
you.
another one.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
Again, followers.
What do you think? You don't know? Intern, come on, intern.
More? Followers, this is something we could or could not be working on. It's just us as a business seeing if we want to do something.
Grapefruit.
Doesn't mean that we will. Aaron, you need another one? You're good.
I want to say grapefruit, but that's. I'm gonna go for that.
Okay,
I'm
so grapefruit?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
grapefruit. Yeah.
Naeed?
I would support that. That's, grapefruit.
What did you guys just come out with?
Pink lemonade.
We came out with
lemonade.
pink lemonade.
That one
That
is
was-
fire, bro.
That's
that
the
one's good.
drop of
That's
the
like
summer.
my favorite, to be
That's
honest
the
with you.
warrior. Yeah.
Yeah.
Naeed, what do you think it is?
Oh, I want to say just like regular lemonade,
Oh, regular lemonade.
I just can't get a grasp.
See, this is when they do those whole things on the TV shows where they have it covered and you're taking like Pepsi, Coke.
No,
whatever.
straight up, yeah.
You can't figure out what it is,
Yeah.
but you like it.
I like it. Yeah, no, I like
Okay,
it.
10 out of 10. What do you got to give it?
I would say this is probably a solid 9 out of 10.
Okay,
9 out of
you
10.
can be the truth, too. I don't care. Naid?
I'd say
8? Okay, 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm kind of backtracking. It could be a lemonade, so I think I like the pink lemonade more than this one. So yeah, it'd be a solid 8.
I would say the same. I think the pink lemonade's better though.
Okay, all these
I'll be
guys are
honest.
so promo right now. They don't know what this is. This could be something special, so fuck them. They don't know. So I'm going to go ahead and hit it. Malik, here we go. Let's get this thing rocking.
Yes, sir.
I did it the opposite. What we got? What's the mood today? All right, that's perfect. So this is what we got. Say hello to my little friend, man. Daily Dose. We got Malik here. And the reason why I got this gentleman on today is because he is an individual who I met in
2022.
2022, and it's pretty cool because he just posted on his stories like the meaning behind why we did ab wheels and showing up early and doing things and just seeing how wait what year it was you said
2022.
2022
Yeah.
seeing how the evolution of almost 4 years now becoming into the man you are today. And I tell people out there, including Naeed that's in this room right now, with me, even Aaron, with me, if you show up and you work hard and I see that you're dedicated to something and you continue to put the work in without faking it, you know, some people just do it to show that they're doing it. And there's a lot of people out there like that. But you can't fake the hard work. You can't fake the passion that Malik has for the fitness industry. And because of those 3 years of when he first came in, I trusted him because I saw he was figuring it out. I saw myself, just like you were in your shoes. I saw myself there. And even to this day, I tell Priscilla, like, I feel obligated, even though it's not my responsibility, for you to succeed.
I appreciate
So
that,
you're
bro.
always on the back of my head, as well as everybody else. Like even the podcast, like I feel like I gotta do so much because I got so much help with Aaron that he does. I got so much help with Noah that he does, and then we got another guy, Jackson, that's helping us. And this is all just like boot tie together. So it's my obligation. You know, you made that commitment. You're here. You're doing it, and that's why I toss you people. I toss you the Jen Slays. I toss you the people, my other clients and people out there. Because one, I trust you. When you work hard and you do what you do, I don't have any struggle with trust. Because I used to struggle with trust a lot, and I got that from Gunner too. Because Gunner was always like, "It's like, hey, bro, it's like you can go ahead and show them everything, do what you got to do, but they'll never be you, and I'll never be you, and you'll never be me, and I'll never be in you guys." And that's why this thumbprint, this blueprint is so unique because there's only one of us, and there's billions of people in this world. So if someone tries to take what you're doing or do what they do, just wish them the best of luck. I still struggle with it to this day. But, I posted a recent picture. Yeah, yesterday. That was my Halloween guy talking about decorations. So nobody knew what this picture was. Everybody thinks it's the new gym. And I said, if you know the music... If you know the music and you know, maybe Aaron will know, because he didn't say anything either. It's outside. It's on my Beats pill. If you know the music, you will know where I'm at. Aaron, where was I in this picture?
Looks like the new location. I don't know. I haven't even seen it. I couldn't even tell you.
Naeed?
Is that the rooftop?
Is that where?
Rooftop?
Nope.
That's a good guess, though.
Aaron?
That was gonna be my guess. I guess is that. Hold on, with the music.
Gotta think about DX, Suck It, where I'm at.
Oh, is that 9 Innovations?
That
or
is,
Post Oak?
baby. That is.
Oh,
That is the former place.
Yeah.
Dose, you're so, what's that word they say? You're so petty. Get over it. Move on. Nah, f*** that. The f*** that. Make sure, I told myself not to use that word. Let's make sure we bleep those out. What I'm getting at is, people, where was I going at with the DX thing? Just talking about a picture. I was winding something up, something amazing about to
We were
happen.
talking about Gunner, trust.
Oh yeah, Gunner, trust,
Yeah.
integrity. That kind of wasn't integrity. Gunner, trust, integrity. People stealing your stuff. What I was getting at is, and I posted that picture, especially after we just signed the big lease. That is not the location, ladies and gentlemen. That is my former place of employment, which on the very first episode, why this podcast started, was talking about how we were locked out. And guess what? Another person that chose to invest in us, well, we're supposed to chose to invest in us, he was locked out of his thing, but he didn't choose to pay rent.
I'll post the article. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, we'll post the article here. Again, it's not being petty. It's not making enemies. It's just what I've always said since I was in college, Malik, and I'd always say, we'll see who's around 10 years from now. I talk about Instagram like moments. Hell, I'm getting fired up right now. I talk about the honeymoon moments. I talk about when you open up a business and everybody's congratulating you. That's all fucking fine and dandy. Yep. But you know what's fine and dandy then? If you're still operating and still doing what you're doing and still growing. And guess what? It sounds better when you just kind of hear it and look at it. And guess what, peoples? They're not open no more. They're not. And I said, you locked me out. You put the line in. We're going to find out where you are. You're nowhere to be found. The other one, you chose to invest kind of yourself and into Crunch Fitness. We'll throw that Crunch Fitness clip again. And you're not open. Dose, get the hate out your heart. Malik, get the hate out your heart. You know what my good friend Warren said? Nah, B. Keep being you. Yep. Keep being you. And that's why I'm on this podcast. That's why I'm not putting people down. I'm not shitting on people. Men lie, women lie.
Numbers don't.
Numbers don't. And these numbers keep going up. Congo stocks keeps going up. Congo gym keeps going up. And guess what? None of that is possible without all you Congo maniacs out there. And the people that are starting to climb up this Mount Everest mountaintop with us. And you're included, you're included, you're included. None of this is possible without my family. It's a team effort. And because we have one of the best teams, we will not go out of business. We'll do our best, I should say. Because being in business is hard. And becoming a business owner yourself now. Mm-hmm. But we're going to keep fucking winning and winning and winning and winning. And that's why Saturday, when I came in that day, was I not fired up last Saturday?
You were fired up, dog. You were fired. I was like, I don't know who pissed you off, but I was like, damn.
I was on one Saturday.
Yeah.
I was on one Saturday, and this is what Luke, if you're listening, you're probably not. One of my quotes was, attitude reflects leadership. What happened after I came in, and I went straight to fucking 4 plates, and then 5 plates on the deck?
It set the tone. It set the tone for everybody else. Mm-hmm. You know, like the whole gym, like you just saw the energy in that room. I couldn't even describe it. I got fired up. I was like, oh shit, okay, yeah. This is what we doing? Bet.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah.
Yeah, and that's a story in of itself. I probably could tell that one later, or should I tell it now?
Up to you.
I mean, let me just take a sip of this Benjamin Blue. This show is about to be Malik, but I told you, like, I didn't do my lunges today. I'm on one right now. We're talking about Saturday. So what happened Saturday, Malik, was, so you understand what happened.
Yeah.
And freaking not shout out to Mike, because Mike was there, and he was supposed to be filming, and this God, I said I wasn't saying that. I've been doing good with the F word. Yeah, I got it, man. Waiting a week to make this big post that I made of the DX post. And Kano's birthday. Oh, man, it's a corrupted file. I was like, so you mean to tell me I came in that day and I had everybody lit and I was lit and I ripped 5 plates after running 9 miles and a 5:38 last mile, came in, no warm-up, pissed off at the world. You didn't get it and you didn't say anything about, it's your job? DJ Augustine said, he was trying to tell us, we've just been joking around lately. He said, it's your job to look the way you do.
Damn right it is.
Okay, it is. And I've taken that as a good thing, yeah. But it's like, it's still a low-key slight, because it's like, oh, you're supposed to look like that. Oh, LeBron, you're supposed to be 23 years in the league, go get another orange jacket while still being a top 5 player in the NBA and receive a Hall of Fame jacket. Like, he's supposed to do that. So, cool. We're going to keep those standards about it's our job, because you're going to be ripped. Well, you are ripped. You're ripped. You work your ass off. Sorry, Aaron, but you come a long way. We'll show a before and after picture of Aaron. And it is our job. But you know what? A lot of the trainers in the city, it doesn't look like it's their job. You know why? Because what they're doing is this, Malik. Yeah, you got 5 reps. Am I getting any echo? What is that? No? Yeah, I'm going to get 5 reps. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, we're gonna be over here next. Yeah. Uh-huh. What'd you say? Okay. Yeah, 6 reps. Yeah, you're good. This is what they're doing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're not up at 3 a.m. That's why I say your trainer's still in their third dream. Again, this is all about telling the truth, and I'm going to go back to Warren. I am not going to be apologetic for being who the and who the I am. God, I said the F word again. Who the F I am is that mofo in the morning. Just like David Goggins. We got to put the David Goggins clip. I posted that and the real 2. He's like, I'm alone.
I draw this alone. Alone. I ain't got nobody. That's where the shit comes from.
I'm alone in the morning doing this. You see me breathing heavy on this bike right now? No, because I'm alone. And that's me in the morning. I'm alone outside in those streets. Like literally outside here, lunging in the streets, 2:50 in the morning, wake up call. Not Ashton Hall. Guy's a clown. I'm sorry. Let's get that shit going. You want to race? You want to go bench for bench? The guy's what? How big is he?
I don't even know. How big is he?
Anyway, you're a clown. You don't do it. You don't live it. If you want it, I'm right here in Houston, Texas. It's Congo way. It's Congo subs first to the world. And who knows? We may be friends after. But that's what happens. You know, sometimes the mega powers and the mega powers need to collide and they form a friendship or an enemy. But anyways, Ashton Hall, we want all that smoke. Because if you really wake up third early, I would like to see it. But I don't need a banana peel to wipe my face. I don't need my fiance. I don't need my fiance to throw me a towel and get my Hermes belt and my designer shoes. But what I can tell you about the designer shoes is you can shine them up real nice. Turn them some bitch sideways and shove them straight up your
Candy ass.
what? Say Malik gets it. These guys are working on it. But yeah, man, we really live it. That's why you got my respect, man. These other trainers can't touch us. And if you do, man, come on over. You're going to get my respect. You're going to get my respect. Every one of these guys that have come into Congo, Luke, Neil, Hannah, make sure I don't miss anybody. Cam.
Yep.
Shout out to Cam, man. I know you're in LA right now. All of you guys have adapted our way, and even Gersh. One way, shape, or another. And because of that, which is why I always say we are a business, not a gym. We are a staple. We are a brand, not just a homie hangout. Because we change lives, we change mentalities, and it's not an I thing. It's like we literally tap into people's mental and we take it and they go somewhere else with it. And that's why he's striving to do what he's doing. These guys, and he's all the way from Sheridan right now, finding his way, coming to Houston, making the sacrifice to help us out, do his thing. Sounds like a kid that I used to know about 10 years ago, me. And then even Aaron, man, coming here. So it's like, I take pride in when people wear, not trust your process, Congo gear. Hey, boy.
Come on, man.
Because you're representing something. And the thing else I love about it, he's got his own brand. Christian's got his own brand. Joe Bro's got his own brand, but they still choose to wear Congo gear in that gym, even though you're not obligated to, because you wear that stuff proudly. So it means a lot to me. That is my rant. That is my go for it moment. That is my, we'll see who's around 10 years from now. We're going to get fired up more afterwards. And it might just be the new product that I just kicked into. How you guys feeling right now?
Pretty
You don't even know
solid,
what it
man.
is. You don't know if it's a pre-workout. You don't know if it's a recovery.
I don't know what it is,
You
man.
don't know if it's just a laser-like fuck you juice. but anyways, Malik, are you happy with the decision that you have made going all in on yourself and pursuing this fitness journey? Because I know you were kind of going around it, which I want you to talk about. I want you to talk about how you were wanting to do physical therapy, the beginnings of everything, meeting Gersh, how you met Gersh, and just kind of your come up with everything, and now the evolution of where you're at now.
So to answer your first question, 100%, absolutely, I have zero regrets. And it really, just like you said, I started towards the physical therapy space. So when I was in high school, I was trying to figure out what it is I wanted to do. And I realized that throughout my life, since the age of 9, I always had a passion for health and fitness. Like working out was always a part of my life. Throughout everything I've ever gone through, is always there. It's always something I just went back to. And I was like, okay, I know I'm gonna be doing something within this field, right? And at the time, I was looking at different things. Like, did I want to do training? Did I want to do physical therapy? And I was like, all right, well, you know, Middle Eastern culture, Libyan culture, doctor, right? That's kind of one of the paths that they kind of push you towards. So I was like, all right, bet.
What do your parents do? Are they?
My parents. So my dad is an architect. My mom works in marketing, but now they both do real estate.
Okay.
So yeah, so they're both realtors.
All right. Good segue. Hold that thought.
You're good.
Big shout out to Thebe Warren with Compass Realty. She actually, sorry, Thebe, you gave this a while ago and I didn't even see it. She is screw the sponsor. She is a 6 days a week, right? Always, she never misses 6 a.m., 6 days a week, client of ours. So she gave us some of her Thebe Warren Compass Realty cups, a whole little care package. I probably should have put that out there for the shots. Man, look at her. We even got some oven mitts, man, because it's hot out here for the Congo guys, man. We out here just taking over. It'd be hot. Anyways, shout out to Thebe Warren. We appreciate you. Keep selling houses. Keep hitting those deadlifts. And I don't know if you have any video, but I'll pull some up if we can show her what the real.
Phoebe's like that.
Yeah, he knows now too. In the morning,
Bro,
ripping
no,
them dead.
Phoebe's like that, bro. I see it. Yeah.
So shout out to Thebe. Yeah, parents are
Yes,
realtors
sir.
now.
Yeah. So that was the path I was going towards. So after I graduated high school, my first semester of college, I interned at a physical therapy clinic and did that for about a semester. I really enjoyed it. And then I got certified as a trainer back when I was 19, right? So I did that, and I began to still gain experiences in both physical therapy and in training. And at the time, I was training more so like a traditional bro split, like everybody else in a regular gym, right? And it wasn't until I actually met my brother, my mentor, Roderick Woods of Thermal Fitness. Shout out to Rod. He's really the one that laid the foundation for me from a training standpoint and really took me under his wing and just helped guided me in the direction of where I am at now. So I wouldn't even be sitting here if it wasn't for him. So shout out to him, man.
And is he in Houston?
Yes, he's in Houston.
And he's a personal trainer?
He's also a personal trainer, yeah.
Where is he? Where you can pub him right now. Where's he at right now?
So right now he's working at several high-rise apartments. So he's more so focused on corporate wellness, and then along with offering not just training but also recovery protocols for a lot of people in high-rise apartments. He works with a lot of professionals, whether it be athletes, doctors, lawyers, etc. So he's up there, but he's definitely one of the main people that really laid the foundation for me and got me to where I'm at today. So I have to, that's one person that I have to always bring up no matter what. So.
And how's your relationship with him now that you're doing
Oh, we're closer than ever. That's my guy, yeah.
And I bring that up because I don't know if you've listened to the other pods or anything, but, how old are you right now, Malik?
25.
25. As you climb the ladder to success, and for everybody listening, what I want people to understand is it's a process, it's a journey, and you need to enjoy that process and enjoy that journey. Don't rush it. So all the stuff you're doing now, like that's the love. That's the 81-point game. That's the block by James moment. Like if you fall in love with that, dude, on the other side of that, you're going to get where you're going to get to, but there's no rush in getting it. Because once you get it, then what?
Yep.
I bring that up because as I've climbed this ladder to success, I've had people like that I thought would be in my corner in the end, and it hasn't happened that way. And so for my advice to you is, so you don't run through the things that I ran through, is don't take it so tell your truth, Dose. Tell your truth. Take it personally.
Yeah.
If you notice a lot in moments on my stories or something, I always say it became personal to me.
Yeah.
It's because I've learned from Gunner and Manning. Those two guys. So Manning is, have I talked about Manning at all on the show? Maybe we have. Manning is he's just an entrepreneur. Fuck that. Entrepreneur. He has a handful of locations in Miami called No Days Off. He's ventured off into making his own water. And Aaron, there's a cool clip here. Don't let us forget it. He just posted on his Instagram, just getting his head shaved, talking about how much pallets he has sold and how excited it is. And 30 pallets is 150 or something cans, and he's selling them into this place and to that place and this place. And so, anyways, he's an overall entrepreneur. Gunner, we all kind of know who Gunner is. We had him on the Real Live FaceTime last time. But those two gentlemen, in my eyes, in my career, are staples of the Mount Rushmore that I have respect for. Not only do I have respect for when I seek their advice when I was young, they gave it to me and there wasn't this like cold shoulder about it.
Yep.
And then when I went and did it, I got goosebumps thinking about this. Get the chills, Aaron. Look at that. When I went and did it, they were even more supporters of me.
Yeah.
Even more.
That's huge, yeah.
A simple text or a simple group message or not even like a year, 6 months later, hey man, see what you're doing, keep it up. Or Taj is posting a no days off picture, or I'm sending Gunner something, or I see Manning doing something, and it's just like, that's what real support is about. So what I'm getting at is, along this journey and why I asked if that guy's still involved in your life, people like that aren't going to be involved in your life. And we were running the rack. Again, another video. What was I saying? People want you here. They want you right here. But
Yup.
once you get here, they're like, wait a second. Now there's beef. Now there's a problem. That's when I say, okay, now it's personal, because I've experienced that. I've experienced things that where I thought when I got somewhere, I'm like, why the fuck would this person not want to be there? People that I would want at my wedding, people that I would want, at these important places, and they're not. And guess what, man? It's okay, bro. They were a part of your life for seasons and reasons.
Yep.
And literally, as I'm 35, I keep going to 35, I look back at things and I'm like, wow, that did happen for a reason, because I needed this needed to happen in order to get this. Just like the supplements, bro. In order for me to even do this, it took Taj to be like, what the fuck's the deal, man? We're going to do it or not? Because I had so much respect and admiration for my mentor at the time for what he was doing. But at the time, the support really wasn't there. Us pushing the product really wasn't there. And it's just like, it goes back to, well, fuck, dude, we're doing all this shit and it's not really appreciated. Or it's not ours. Like everything that I'm getting to now is, as I go older, is you build it, do it yourself, make your own money, own it,
Facts.
own it, own it. Everything we own is out. We own it. And because of that and the quietness, I said, all right, fuck it, let it ride. And it's personal. And that's why people say there's no competition. It's just you versus you in the mirror. It's this, and this. Yeah, to each his own. That is true. You have to wake up every day, fight yourself. But at the end of the day, there's external motivations. You're telling me Michael Jordan wasn't out there saying, fuck this guy, I'm going to bury him and I'm going to do this to him, right?
Bruh, Kobe. That's
Kobe?
another one, yeah.
Tom Brady?
Yep.
What did he say? He talks about one of the videos. He's like, what did he say? What did this guy say about me? I'm the same thing. I'm no different than these guys. I'm not comparing myself to them because I have a long way to go. And I'm not even comparing myself to people that helped me before, because I have a long way to go. We got to see if I finish. We got to see if we deliver. We got to see if I will get my first championship against the fucking OKC Thunder.
You have the mindset. That's what it is.
Yeah.
You have the mindset.
And so anyways, it is personal. That Michael Jordan moment, it's personal. So use that shit, man, because the days you're tired and the days you're drained, or the days like, damn, I only had 2 clients today, you remember that and be like, no, God's got me. I'm going to be fine.
Oh, yeah.
So that's my little spiel on that. There's going to be people around the lives. Keep fucking going. Keep growing. Don't let it bother you. Don't let it bog you down, because guess what? As I keep growing, as we keep growing, there's going to be that same shit over and over again. But guess what? 2 in the morning, I'm alone, baby.
Yep.
I'm thinking about that shit. I'm burning about that shit. That's what I prepare for. Right there.
Yep.
So that's what's going to help you out, man. So
I
shout out
appreciate
to you.
that.
What was his name again?
Roderick Woods.
Roger Woods. I appreciate you being a real one for my guy Malik, man. Keep elevating, keep growing. I hope you're doing well. I haven't met you. We need to get him on the Congo Subs.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Nah, most definitely. Most definitely.
So yeah, go ahead and proceed, man.
Yeah, so he was the one that really laid that foundation for me, and I rocked with him for years. I mean, we're still rocking to this day. And then let's see. After that, I was looking for an internship. That's what it was. And that's when I began interning with the football team at U of H, right?
Did they win yesterday? Does anybody
I don't even know. I didn't
U
even
of H
watch.
versus Rice?
That's a good question. I have no idea. I should know. Goddamn. I've been so locked in, bro. I ain't watching like no football.
Patrick Chastain is a big U of H guy. Also, shout out to Sorinex, man. Those guys just out. Have you seen their new facility? Sorinex just outfitted the whole U of H
Oh, I did see that. Yeah. No, that's
facility.
live.
They got a hill in there. They got the cold, not cold plunges. They got the hot cold contrast.
Yeah.
The weight room is insane. So I think it was Dobby. Joshua Dobby, He was on a big lead on that project, and he helped us out with ours too. You guys get the score yet? I tell you what, all this technology, man, these fucking kids don't even know the score, and these guys love sports.
Houston won 35-9.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I expected that. I expected
Shout
that.
out, shout out to U of H. But anyways, yeah, Sorinex just outfitted U of H, and Kincaid just got outfitted apparently too, and someone else just got outfitted apparently too. Just saying, Sorinex, we love you guys. Congo was the first, and I believe we do have that clip way back when we were meeting for the first project, Project Harden. We'll wait for that one. But anyway, Sorinex, we're putting Houston on the map. All these places are trying to do Sorinex because they call this all the Congo powers and the evolution of my warrior brother. And then me. But then me turned into my sister and my other brother and then my other brothers. And now we're here. Internship next.
Yep. So essentially, I was interning, and it was like an athletic training / physical therapy internship. But I'll be real with you, they had me like setting up practice, washing water. I was basically like a water boy, but I call myself a hydration specialist. It sounds better, you know what I mean? That's kind of my thing. But
For all your water needs, shout out to Benjamin Blue. This will get you right. That's high quality H2O.
yeah, man. So I was doing that while I was working as a cashier and a delivery driver at a spot called Muscle Maker. I did that for like 5 years, man. So I was there for a fat minute while I was in
Muscle
school.
Maker still around?
Yeah, bro.
No shit. Good
that
job,
one
man.
location. That one location. The
Okay.
one I started at, San Felipe and Vosh. Shout out Paul and Susan, man. Good people, bro. Good, great people. But I was working there while doing that.
And the internship you were doing, it was free, right?
It was free. Yeah. Actually, the internship was free, but I remember I left Muscle Maker 2021. So I was there from 2016 to 2021. And then, by the time I was at that internship, I was working for free. I was making like no money whatsoever, right? So then the following semester, I was like, hey, bro, I'm broke. I got to figure something out, right? So I was still going towards physical therapy. I had my training certification. I believe I also got like a nutrition certification as well. So I was like, what are some more tools I could add to my tool belt? And that's kind of that was my way of thinking. And I was scrolling through Indeed, and I found a place called Reach at the time.
What's Indeed?
Indeed is like the job platform. You can apply jobs and stuff like that.
Damn, I'm out the game.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, go ahead.
Yeah. So it was a stretch therapy studio. I said, bro, that's perfect.
Okay.
Right. So, and around that same time, I'd also been trying to get a hold of Gersh. Right. And that is a whole story on its own. How I got with Gersh was the chiropractor that I was previously going to. I asked him, I was like, hey, I'm looking for a physical therapist so I can intern with.
Okay.
And he was like, dude, you got to go see Gersh. You got to go see Gersh. Gersh is the truth. He'll get you right. Boom, 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 boom.
And he was a physical therapist?
He was a chiropractor.
The guy was, okay.
Yeah. So they all used to work together at 9. Yeah, so it was a group of them.
Do I know him?
I think so, Dr. J.
Oh, Dr. J, what's up, man?
Yeah.
I'll shout out Dr. J, man. You're doing well. You're doing your thing, too. You'll still hear from Turning Around. I'm not going to shout the other guy because that motherfucking guy screwed me over, too. But, hey, I'm still here, and I'm still growing. Should I do it? Nah. Integrity. I'm going to let that one slide.
Oh, man. So, yeah, Dr. J is the one that told me about Dr. Kim or Gersh. And
Well, put that Dr. J right here. Give him a follow for your chiropractor needs.
yeah. And I reached out to Gersh. I actually went back and looked yesterday. I reached out to him, I want to say 10 times through text because we were just playing phone tag. And then I pulled up to the gym. I was like, man, fuck this. All right, I just got to go over there. All right, so I pulled up. And then I'm like, hey, is Gersh here? Dr. Kim here? They're like, nah, he's not here today. I'm like, God damn it, bro. I'm like, well, when is he here? He's like, he'll be here tomorrow morning. I said, okay, bet. And by this time, it'd been like 5 to 6 months I've been going back and forth with Gersh. Right? So I was just consistent and persistent, bro.
Sounds like Gersh.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, I got you. Come later.
Yeah, literally.
Oh, shit, dog. Okay, at 4 a.m. I'll be working out. You want to do it with me, but I don't know if you'll do it.
Oh, man. So then I pulled up the next day, and he was seeing some clients and seeing patients. So he sat down, and I want to say I waited anywhere between like 2 to 3 hours, right? But I was just so determined because I was like, I looked through his page, I saw the work he does. I'm like, this is who I need to be intern with. This is who I need to be around, right? And I remember, I think it was Baja or Cole. They were like, "Man, you must really want to meet Gersh." So I was like, "I do, yeah." So after he was done with his client, I introduced myself. I chopped it up with him a little bit, told him what it is I was trying to do, and he was like, "Yeah, man, like I appreciate your hustle. I mean, you've been blowing up my phone for the past 6 months." So I was like, "Yeah, man, let me know. I can start tomorrow. Like you tell me." And I was just hungry, bro. I was really just hungry, and I just really wanted it. And that was around the time where he takes his like annual trip. I think like in December or something like that.
Hey, you know what? Trip my ass. This guy takes trips fucking every 2 months, and I always know when this is what Gersh does in the morning, because Gersh wakes up hella early and he's like done almost working out when I'm getting there. When I know he kind of creeps up, hey, Dos, you got your airdrop on? So okay, all right, dog, all right. I'll see you in a few weeks. So what the heck? Now where you going, Gersh? No,
I swear, bro.
I'm kidding. I'm serious, but I'm kidding. But yeah, he does take his
Yeah,
his
man. So I started interning with Gersh January 2022. At the same time, I started working at Reach. So I was doing both. I was doing stretch therapy. I was interning with Gersh, and I was in college.
No muscle maker?
No more Muscle Maker. No. I left Muscle Maker, I believe it was April of 2021. Yeah. So this is 2022.
And then while you're in college, what's your degree, technically speaking, that you're pursuing?
Kinesiology and exercise science. Yeah. So, fast forward, I mean, it was an amazing internship, bro. Like, that was hands down. I have zero regrets, like, whatsoever.
Was it paid?
No, it was not paid.
Okay, I keep bringing that up because I think it was 6 months ago. Remember, don't lose your thought. Talking about internships.
You're good.
I had like a handful of people when we were looking for the Congo internships, which we are looking for the fall. Naid. Is this paid? Or I had parents reach out. Is this paid? And in the back of my head, I was like, you asked the wrong guy the wrong question. God, I said the F word again. And I'm saying that because without any influence, here you are working at a muscle maker, basically being a full-on water boy at U of H, another internship, and not once have you mentioned anything about payment. No. Nothing. And like the first thing that an intern or somebody seeking it is it paid, you can miss me with that shit, because even with God willing, when we get the money, I still will never do a paid internship. Ever. You know how many years I worked? Let's go back in the archives here. I worked for free and had 3 jobs. So my 3 jobs was the Holiday Lodge Motel. It's definitely not a job, but it's a job. Like, that's just our life.
Yeah.
Second job was the golf course, Powderhorn. Shout out to Sandy Souzer. Hey, we're looking for more sponsors. Apparently, we're going to have a whole sponsor show. Sandy, Powderhorn, golf course. Hey, man, we'd love to give you guys a shout out, do something together. Maybe put a little Powderhorn logo right here. Pang. We'll give you that family discount. But shout out to Powderhorn. Anyways, Powderhorn. Yeah. So Powderhorn was a beautiful golf course. It was like top 10 at the time in the world, like early on.
Yeah.
So I did that. And then third job was training the high school kids, and that wasn't paid either.
Yeah.
That was still a volunteer job. And so that's 3 jobs I was working in the summer. And then after that, Malik, I had the first internship with the Wyoming football team. And I mentioned the story when I sat there with Mike Cotterman. Shout out to Mike Cotterman when he said, if you want money, you better select a different field.
Facts.
And he is right. But that little mention forced me to be like, it's personal now.
Yeah.
Like, I want to show you because I know this guy named Gunner. Didn't know him yet. A guy named Steve Hess. Didn't know him yet. And I'm bringing those names up because I'm so humbled that they're in my contacts. Yeah. They're in my easy accessible. Like, I'm very blessed to know them and be like that. I worked for free them. I was you. I did everything. I had to make the shakes, put all the foam rollers, put the foam rollers away, set up, tear down, clean. And this is for the football team, the men's basketball team, volleyball team, swim team, whatever I did had the hours. I'd leave, go study, and then I'd do illegal stuff with the football team in the sense of now there's NIL, but we were out there giving Rob Huron cars. We were out there paying for their foods, having barbecues. Like, we were literally taking care of Brett Smith, Robert Huron, Luke Anderson, and we were all just working out. And I was their chef. Jen was helping out. Stodge was helping out. We were all just on this mission to greatness.
Yeah, bro.
And that was free. Okay? Didn't get paid at all while I was working that internship. Next internship, go to LA, free. I'm not getting paid. That is where LeBron won his first his championship with the Heat, though. I do remember that. Free, four more months of free work. Shout out to D Rose. That's where I trained him, and he just got his jersey retired. So shout out to D Rose. Then after that, another internship, free. Mind you, this is all in California. So you count those years up. 2009, 10, 11, 12, 13, almost 4 years of working for free.
Yep.
And then when I came here, I literally had a suitcase and 2 jackass con artists saying, we're going to take care of you, you're going to be fine. Guess what? It became personal to me, and it wasn't fine, and that's why you're out of business. And the other guy is, I don't know where the fuck you are. But I'm still here, and I'm still growing. So, work for free. Miss me with the whole paid stuff. Sacrifice, if you can tell right now just by his story as he's telling it, he's making sacrifices with that, knowing he has to make the sacrifices.
Yeah, man, because, I mean, think about it. The things I learned and the relationships that I was able to build was worth more than any money that people could have paid me. Like, straight up. Because if I was just so focused on the money, I mean, I wouldn't have this. I wouldn't be sitting here right now. I wouldn't have the opportunities that I had. I wouldn't have any of these things. But I understood. I was thinking long term. I was like, this is the type of environment that I want to be in. Like, from the facility to the energy to just everything. Like, bro, when I was in high school, I used to dream of waking up super early in the morning and like going to work out. I swear to God, like that was a dream to me. And like blasting music and I used to dream of that. So I was like, the fact that I found a place that was literally like that, it was just so surreal. I was like, bro, I gotta do whatever I gotta do to get my foot in this door. Even if I gotta go, crawl down the roof or whatever I had to do. You know what I mean? I gotta get here. That's why I was as persistent as I was. And I just understood. I was like, bro, don't worry about the money right now. It's cool. Like, focus on building your skills, focus on building your network and building relationships and just working hard and busting your ass. And because I'm sharing this story now. You know, back then, maybe when I was going through it, it may have been difficult, right? But like in my mind, I'm like, I'm going to tell this story one day. And that's kind of what really got me through it. Is whenever I go through difficult periods in life, it's like, I'm going to live to tell this story. Right now, it might suck, but like 5 years from now, I'm going to be like, bro, remember when I did this? Oh, man, that was crazy. And it builds to a better story because nobody wants to hear the story of somebody who just had an easy life and just everything was paved out for them and there's no adversity. It's a boring movie, bro. It's a boring book. Nobody wants to read that or watch that. They want to listen to somebody who's actually been through something, right? Because they can relate to that. And they're like, you know what? If this guy can do it, I can do it. And that's really what was one of the main motivating factors for me was I had a long-term vision of like what I wanted to do, where I wanted to be. I was like, if I got to work for free, I'll work for free, bro. I don't care. And I mean, I was waking up 3 o'clock in the morning. My friend's like, bro, what are you doing? Like, why are you waking up? I'm like, bro, I just do it.
See, that's what I wanted to ask too. So the morning thing, because I know that's a Gersh thing.
Yeah.
Which I love that he does it. Were you like, fuck, I got to do this?
No,
morning thing,
actually, it was the other way around. I asked Gersh if I could attend the workouts. Okay. I asked Gersh, I said, hey, is it cool if I attend the workouts with you guys? And he's like, let me ask Tosh. And I was like, okay, cool. And he's like, nah, Tosh, that's cool, bro. Pull up. I said, bet. And I remember, I have a video of it, I think, because I document everything. I'm documenting my whole journey, bro. And I was like, I'm going to make it my mission to get there, like, before everybody else, just so I could show them I'm serious. I swear to God, bro. I think I woke up at, like, I couldn't even sleep at night. I was so excited. And I think I was up at, like, 2:15. I was like, bro, I can't even go to sleep. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to get ready, boom, boom. And I got there, I think, at, like, 3:20 in the morning. And I was just amped. I was so excited, bro. And I can't remember who pulled up first. It was Gersh. It was you. But I just remember I was like, I got to get there before them because they're like, this guy ain't going to show up. It's an intern, whatever. I was like, nah, I'm going to make sure. I'm going to show them how serious I am. So that was like my mindset, like going into it. I was like, this is what I dream of. This is what I want. It's what I want to do. So, yeah, man. Like, that's the thing, bro. It's bigger than money. It's way bigger than money, bro.
I love how you said the morning thing. It's like, it goes back to what I said in the beginning. It's the honeymoon moment. Anybody can be excited that one day.
Facts.
What happens when it's a Friday and you put Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, waking up that early, full workouts of yourself, training clients. And that's what I tell people, especially our interns, is like, hey, that same energy, you keep bringing it every day. And even on Saturdays, sometimes 9 a.m. is the lit one, and then 10 a.m. there's that little drop. And I'm like, no, you got to bring how you do anything is how you do everything. Who you train can be anybody, and you provide them the same service, same energy. It's hard.
Yeah.
It is, but pride yourself on it. And just by him saying that, one, the mentality of showing up early, because that's how I was with my first internship at Exos. The Wyoming stuff, I was starting to understand it, but man, that Mike, the head strength coach, Trent Greener, he was crazier than me. He was on that bike. Let's see here, because I was the first one there even before the coaches. And this is Laramie, bro. You know, fucking -20. And I would ride my pedal bike. I didn't drive my truck. I put the old ski goggles on, and I put the football gloves on, and then the mountain gloves to keep you warm. I had my 3 layers on and a hoodie, and then I had my big ass Oakley jacket. I would ride my pedal bike to the, what's it called? The rack? Is that what it is? Is it still called the rack? I would ride my pedal bike from my house to the rack. Didn't matter if there's a blizzard, snow, or not. And I would get there at 4:30 in the morning. And looking at it now, it's not as crazy as it now that I'm telling the story. Trent Greener would be full sweat on that Kaiser bike. At least had done 45 minutes before his workout. And it makes sense now because now I'm that guy.
Yeah.
And what I was getting at is, you know, like the morning, setting a precedent. That's a thing. Like you wanted that. You weren't doing it just to do it and to show me or them. I wasn't doing it to just show. We were to an extent, but we wanted them to see like we are about this life too, and you're not gonna push us out.
Yeah.
You're not gonna. How many drinks I gotta line up? How many rollers I gotta do? You're not gonna get me out.
Yeah.
And I think over time with guys like him, they respect it because Trent Greener, I didn't have a great relationship in the sense of like it wasn't really a mentorship. It was I watched a lot, I observed a lot, I helped rack weights, I helped do things, but I made a lot of great friendships. Shout out to Rob. Shout out to Brett. Made a lot of friendships, but again, what I said in the beginning about respect, it's cool to know that he respected me because when I needed that call when Taj was trying to come from Vegas to Wyoming, Trent Greener put his name on the line to talk to Coach Christensen. Shout out to Aaron for fucking that podcast up. Matter of fact, hey, Naeed, can you not fuck that up and grab the books right there? We'll give Coach C a shout out on his book. It's right underneath the drummer and the subs. Yeah, there we go. Might as well grab the other book, too. I got to give him a shout-out. Thanks, dog. Shout out to Coach C, man. Trent Greener put his name on the line. Didn't even know who Taj was. And he had a big meeting with him. And he said, hey, if your brother can come at this time, book a ticket. Yeah. And Taj sat down with the whole Wyoming football staff. And Trent Greener was there on his behalf, and they basically did an in-person interview. And again, me and Trent were close, but because of the respect he had for me for what I worked and the respect that the athletes had for me, he knew that this guy could fit into the system and the culture. So shout out to Coach Christensen. This is Coach C's book, Your Fourth Down, Why You Need to Go For It. My offense strategy to help you win in the game of life. Dose. Attitude is everything. Always be prepared and go for it on your next fourth down in life. And again, I got chills thinking about it because myself and Taj and that Coach C era, this guy was a fucking hard ass, but he was a hard ass for a reason. He was bringing swag and culture to the University of Wyoming when Wyoming didn't have it. He brought Nike to Wyoming. He brought the camo jerseys to Wyoming. He brought a team that went the distance with the University of Texas. I think they were ranked that year, and we almost had them at the end. But that was Coach Christensen, and I always keep bringing Coach C up for us because he doesn't get enough love and admiration for what he did for that program, because the transition thereafter with Craig Bull and whatever, they got the Josh Allen pick, and then that eventually led to, obviously, he's the best quarterback in the NFL right now. Are the Bills playing the Ravens today? Is that what it is?
Yep, Sunday night.
Well, Josh Allen, you got your fucking hands full, because my boy D-Hop out there, Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, you got to go the distance. But yeah, he brought that and hard ass and mentality, and we all kind of got that from him. So shout out to Coach C. Sorry for Aaron fucking up the podcast. And I'm getting at his respect.
Yeah.
Trent Greener respected me just how I respected you. If you need something, that's why you're in this chair right now. That's why you're in this chair right now, and that's why you're even doing this, because I don't with a lot of people. It's one of those episodes. I'm fired up. I'm saying the F word. It takes a lot. It takes a lot for me to trust people. And in my life now, like, I'm starting to get those people that are run through the fire with me. Also, on the book notice, this is Let's Build Champions. This is Larry Wade. I don't know if you wrote anything because I bought it. Larry Wade is Jake Paul's strength coach, and obviously a lot more than just Jake Paul's strength coach. But I'm bringing the Jake Paul stuff up because you people out there that just keep making fun of him and he keeps knocking people out. Again, it's not the clout to me, bro. It's not what he's doing. It's how he's dedicated his life, how he's wanting to dedicate his life, how he's dedicated his life to the sport of boxing, and has evolved and become one of the best in his headlines, the biggest numbers that even Dana White isn't doing in the UFC. You can't hate that. You got to acknowledge the greatness. And anybody who sets himself at their craft and does it daily and perfects it and gets better, can't hate it.
I can't be mad at that. I just want to see him go against, I'm trying to think. Because he been calling out Canelo. He been calling out a lot of fights. I just want to see him fight somebody in their prime. That's it.
I agree.
That's
and he, again, Sobo, we go back and forth. We just have a Sobo podcast about this. But from my sources,
yeah,
my sources tell me these guys don't want to sign the contract. And if you can tell by now, Jake Paul ain't no bitch. Jake Paul ain't ducking from no fades. He may be, what did Arian say he was? He may be a...
Arian called him a clown or like a...
No,
yeah.
a troll. A
Yeah,
troll.
troll,
They called
troll,
him, because
yeah,
I was calling Arian a troll. He may be a quote-unquote troll and all this stuff, but he ain't ducking no fades. He'll troll Canelo. He'll troll whoever.
that is that is true.
So what I'm saying is he believes in what he does, and the reason why he believes in what he does is because he surrounded himself with the best team. And he works his fucking ass off and goes for it. Mm-hmm. And they're going to make fun of the Gervonta fight, but Gervonta's going to get knocked out too. Weight class or not, motherfucker's getting knocked out. Just line up and sign the contract. So that's the Coach C. That's the Larry Wade. We were getting into, I said, don't forget your train of thought.
We're talking about the internship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the 4 a.m.
4 a.m., yeah. So I interned with Gersh for, I want to say, almost a year and a half, almost 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then when did you, for a funny story about this, when did you find out, be like, physical therapy is not what I want to do?
So after I graduated college, I went back to retake a few classes at like HEC. And I mean, I was taking all the classes that I didn't do the best in. So it was all the hard shit like chemistry and all that stuff, right? And during that time, like I began to contemplate and just really think, like, is this truly what it is I want to do, right? Because at that time, I was taking like 4 or 5 classes. I was trying to study for the GRE, which is like one of the tests that you have to take. It was a lot of different things, and I was just like, I just had to really take a lot of time and just reflect, is this truly what I want to do, or is this what a lot of people want me to do for the sake of, just to say I'm a doctor?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the title that comes with it. And a lot of it was a very hard decision because I'm still passionate about a lot of aspects of physical therapy. It's a very rewarding career. It's just like I just couldn't get behind, like, bro, I gotta go back to school for 3 years, and that's not even counting. I'm not even guaranteed to get in. It was just a lot of different things. You think about the financial aspects of investing into the school, and I was blessed to graduate college like debt free. So I was starting from like literally ground zero. So I was like, what are some other avenues that I would be able to take where I would still be able to fulfill my ultimate purpose in life, which is to inspire people to become the best versions of themselves, without necessarily having to go back to school for additional 3 years and go through all that. And I started breaking it down. Like, okay, I do stretch therapy, I do training, I'm able to do all these things. And I was like, let me just go all in on this, right? And at first, I was met with a lot of pushback. I mean, from family to friends, all this stuff. Because up to that point, that was my identity. Like, physical therapy was Dr. Malik, Dr. Siraj. Like, I'd get that all the time. So whenever I told people I'm not doing that anymore, it was like a huge shock. And it was met with a lot of, some backlash and some, like, appreciation. It was a mix. But what I learned throughout that whole experience, which I'm still learning to this day, is at the end of the day, bro, no matter what you do, people are always going to have something to say, no matter what. So you might as well do what you think is best for you. Because if you're trying to constantly live up to people's expectations, but everyone's expectations are different, then who are you? You know what I mean? I had to ask myself that. Like, this person says I should be doing this. This person says I should be doing this. These things are two polar opposites. And it's like, then who am I? So at that point, I had to kind of just cut the strings and just literally just sit down. Like, what is it that I want to do? And I was like, I want to train. I want to do my stretch therapy. And this is what I want. I'm like, all right. And that's what we're going to do. And it was a very, very tough time, bro. During that time, I was working at another facility, and truthfully, I wasn't really getting paid hardly anything. And it was a great experience overall. Like, I learned a lot, met a lot of great people and stuff like that. However, I was getting a lot of pushback from both, like, my family and also, like, at work during that particular period of time. And it was a lot of disrespect. I remember going out with one of my family members, and I was actually really looking forward to it because I was excited to tell them all the things that I've done between my internship with you guys and like my whole journey up to this point. And I was so excited. And the whole time, bro was just like shitting on me, like to the utmost. Like, your parents invested all this money into you for you to be making X amount of money. Sounds like a pretty shitty investment to me. And then, like, I remember going and reaching for my wallet to pay for my meal. Like, and he was like, put your card away. You're making this much money. You can't even afford this meal, in front of the waiter. And at that point, I was like at my lowest of lows. And I was like, it just wasn't supposed to be like this. Like, after I graduated college, I envisioned something different. Mm-hmm. And I remember just like, I'm like, damn, dog, like, you see me on the ground right now. Like, you see me, I'm on the ground, I'm at my lowest of lows. You gonna kick me while I'm down? You know what I mean? Like, I'm really trying to get up. It's not like I'm some bum that's out here living in his mom's basement, you know, eating Cheeto Puffs, playing 2K all day. Like, bro, no, I'm a hustler. Like, this is what I do. You know what I mean? So I remember, like, driving home that day, just feeling like a mix of emotions from, like, anger to just depressed. I was fucked up. Mm-hmm. I was really, really fucked up, bro. I was in a really, really bad headspace. And I was like, fuck it, bro. I'm going to just figure some shit out. And that's when I came to you. I don't know if you remember that. I was like, I pulled up to Congo, and I was, like I said, I was at my lowest point, and you were training somebody. I said, hey, Dose, you got a second? And you're like, what's up, bro? Talk to me. And
that was the evening.
Yeah, it was the evening time.
Yeah.
And I kind of told you, like, hey, I'm not going towards PT anymore. It's just where I'm at. This is what I'm doing. And I was like, dog, I'm looking around. I was like, how did you do it, bro? Just like straight up, like, how did you do it? And you said it took you a lot. You went through a lot of things. And you were like, bro, when I first started, I was making like $20,000 a year or something like that. And I was like, dog, that sounds like where I'm at right now. You know what I mean? So like that moment right there gave me like a little ounce of hope. I was like, okay, there's hope. You know what I mean? 'Cause at that point, I was like, I don't even know, bro. And I remember I had been looking at like several seminars and stuff, like exploring the idea, and you suggested DBC. I was like, bro, I was looking at that. You're like, bro, if I was you, that's what I would do. You know, I would start going to these seminars, and I'll even put a word in for you. And I was like, bro, that's all I needed to hear. Because my mindset is like, I'm not the type of person where I could just clock in, clock out, and that's it, bro. Like I can't do that. That's not the life for me. And I was like, if I'm not going towards physical therapy, then I still need to be pursuing some type of continued education or some type of way I can invest in myself, so that way I'm able to get myself out of the position that I'm in. And at the time, bro, I wasn't hardly making anything, but like I still found a way to invest in myself, because my mindset is, why would somebody else invest in me if I'm not willing to invest in myself?
Facts.
And yeah, and like I have these principles that I live by, and actually, like, I call them A-Flex principles. So I took principles that I, apply to my life, and I incorporated them into the brand. And one of those is, don't talk about it, be about it. So I'm like, I'm not going to talk about it. I'm just going to do it. Mm-hmm. And that was my thing, because talk is cheap. Mm-hmm. So I was like, talk is cheap. So that's right. That's why I'm going to pay the price. I'm going to do whatever it is I got to do. Right. So I just began flying out to Cali. I flew out to Miami multiple times. I went to Austin. I went to like all these different seminars, just constantly just building relationships with people and learning as much as I can. And it was hands down the best like experience and one of the best investments I could have ever made. Because like at the time, I was outside of my comfort zone. I never done anything like that before. Like, but I was like, man, fuck it. Like, the mindset that got me through that really tough period, and this isn't some motivational shit, it's just real life, right? And this goes for anybody. If you're going through something right now, if you give up, that is as good as your life is ever going to get. Like, that's it. You might as well close the book, end the movie, roll the credits. All right, get your popcorn, let's roll out the theater. You know what I mean? That's it. But if you decide to just keep going despite whatever it is that you're going through, then you at least have a chance, bro. You at least have a slight chance of things getting better. And I was like, I'm betting on that chance. I'm just going to keep on going. I'm going to keep putting one foot in front of the other. And that's what I kept telling myself. I don't know what's all the way down there. All I know is I've put this foot in front of this one, that lights up. And I'm going to put the foot in front of the other one and keep going. And that's literally what I did. I didn't have all the answers. I didn't always know. I was just like, bro, all I know is I'm going to just keep putting one foot in front of the other. I'm going to figure it out as I go. And it was hard, bro. It was not easy. I mean, I was met with a lot of criticism. I was hated on. I was talked to. It was a lot of different things. But I just, no matter what, I always tried to maintain my integrity throughout it. I tried not to allow it to like change me for the worse. You know what I mean? Because sometimes people go through those things and they let those experiences cause them to be jaded. You know what I mean? And that's very, very easy to do. But like one thing I learned is a true strength isn't somebody who goes through something and walks around mean mugging, trying to act like, nah, bro, that's not it. True strength is somebody who's able to go through something and still bring up people with them despite whatever it is that they may be going through. So I was like, you know what, bro, no matter what, I'm going to just try to maintain my energy where it's at. I know I'm going through a hell right now, but fuck it, bro. Like, let's just keep putting one front of the other. Let's keep going. And that's it. So, yeah, dog, it was, that's why where I'm at now, I'm just so incredibly grateful. Like every day I wake up, I'm just like, damn, dog, like my Mondays can feel like a Saturday, like straight up. Like my Monday could be a Friday. I don't look forward to any day of the week anymore. I really don't. Like, oh, Friday, yeah, like nah, bro. Like it's I'm in charge of my own time, my life, and that's ultimately what I wanted at the end of the day. Outside of obviously fulfilling my purpose, which is inspiring people to become the best versions of themselves and using health and fitness as a vessel for that, but it was also just autonomy and being able to live my life the way that I wanted to live and be in charge of my time, and then ultimately becoming successful and bringing up other people along with me.
Yeah. So everything you said is literally all the right things, not because you're trying to tell me the right things, it's because you went through the journey. Yeah, like you took those sacrifices, and I do actually remember that. And I remember he came in and I was like, what is this guy doing? Because I just need a moment to talk with you. And the reason why I took that conversation with you is because, again, I go back to what Gunnar did for me. And when I was in those shoes, And I say, I always got to pay it forward. And then when you were telling me the story, again, I was getting more trust from you in the sense of, let me see if you take the advice to go to the next step. And DBC was one of the first things that I did think about. Yeah. So DBC has what level are you? Are you all three?
I got all
of
of them. Yeah.
So David Alexander owns a gym in Miami called DBC. He actually started when I started when I was at 9 Innovations, and he's evolved into a bigger space now and doing great things. But I immediately said, yeah, that's something you need, because I knew at the end of the day, he's all about his biomechanics. Yep. He's all about his assessments. And for someone like you in the PT world and what you're looking for, he's perfect for what you're doing. And I think he's done a great job in creating basically what I learned at Exos, but put his stamp on it, put a brand behind it, market it at a great way, because he sells out every time on that. And again, this goes back to, like, you can hate and knock people all you want, but you got to respect him. He's got my respect because I've seen what he's done. I've seen the evolution of what he has. And he could have easily been like, oh, I had D Wade and LeBron as clients at one point in time. I made it now. But he's always aspired for more and done better. So if you are looking for young aspiring trainers that were in his shoes at the age they're at, or whatever you want to do, Congo is going to give you the real life Mamba mentality, knit, grit, hard work, knowledge, experience, everything. We give you all that and the training. But, DBC does a great job on the educational standpoint, the body standpoint, and even the performance standpoint for somebody who's really trying to get their feet wet. And also, he's built such a great brand now that when you have that certification, it means something now.
Yeah.
Like, you have that credibility with other locations. Even with me, like, when I found out Christian, our other guy, he has the DBC cert, I was like, okay, he's cool. He gets it. Like, knowing he ain't going to be, one of those guys that are, like, around the girls all the time, or, just there's a standard of training.
Yeah, dude, there's that's the thing. Like, and it really, I learned more from those certifications than I did with my degree in kinesiology. Yeah. I'm just being honest with you. Like, I would say my degree gave me a good foundation, but there was a lot of fluff in there. Like, I'm not over here calculating pH and doing, like, there's a lot of fluff that you get with going to traditional school. And I'm not knocking it, but I mean, to each his own. I'm just giving y'all the real shit. But DBC really helped me as far as lay the foundation and really even allowed me to learn how to train people even further and things to look out for, little details that I didn't even necessarily pay attention to back then. You know what I mean? And I mean, my whole goal with training now is like...
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, so DBC really helped to lay that foundation for me and allowed me to actually apply the knowledge that I had learned. It was a lot more application-based, and I feel like I could actually use this information, right? As opposed to just a lot of the stuff I learned initially. Like, I mean, it's a lot of it. Like, you don't train textbooks at the end of the day. You know what I mean? We train people. And I think Dave has done a very, very good job of, like, creating a curriculum in which he even says it. He was like, bro, anybody could pass the test. Can you train somebody? You know what I mean? So, and the other thing was he told me to go to DBC, it was level 1. Bro, I was like, all right, bet. Went to level 1. I'm like, I'm running to level 2, level 3. I went to level 1 twice. And I went to the business seminar twice. So, like, always go, this is my advice to anybody, like, even younger trainers, bro, go overboard. Like, meaning, if somebody who's successful tells you to do something, bro, you better do that shit and more. You know what I mean? Like, that's the other thing. Like, don't just do the bare minimum. Go above and beyond. Like, you just got to be hungry, bro. Like, you just have to want it. And that was my thing. I'm just determined to succeed. I didn't sit around feeling sorry for myself. I was like, nah, bro, okay, this is the situation to be in, this is the situation I'm in right now, but I can change it.
Mm-hmm. And I love how you said, if somebody somebody who's successful tells you to do something, do it. And which is great that you took that and to live his own advice. The other guy I mentioned to him who he should meet out there is Manning.
Yep.
With No Days Off and Legacy, because, again, and this is all going to tie full circle into you, David and DBC showed you a curriculum that got you excited and enthused, and you know he's successful at what he does. And then a guy like Manning shows you more of a entrepreneur standpoint, kind of like how aesthetically Congo is, a little bit more grit, different personality, two different spectrums.
Yeah.
So you can see kind of the outer being of the trainers out there who are some of the top people in the industry. And I told you to go to him, and I'm bringing this up because mentality-wise, he basically told you got to rip the fucking Band-Aid off.
He ripped the Band-Aid. Yep.
And what did he mean by when he told you that? Without getting too much
Yeah,
into
you're good.
it,
You're
what's going
good.
on
Yeah.
with it?
So essentially, my long-term goal was to have my own thing, right, and to just own my own business and do my own thing. But I was kind of teetering along the edge, and he was like, "Bro, you just gotta rip the fucking Band-Aid off, like straight up." And Manning really inspired a lot of aspects of A-Flex. And here's what I mean by that. So first and foremost, A-Flex has been a vision of mine since 2020. So like since I was 20 years old. That's when I first had this idea. But I just kind of kept it very, very close to my chest. And only a few people really knew about it. I had just been sitting on it for years. I was like, we'll see what we're doing, where this goes and where it turns out. And like, it just didn't go anywhere. Like the idea was always there in the back of my mind. I'm like, okay, like I might actually have something. And it was based upon a concept of like apex predators, right? And animals on top of the food chain. And if you search up the definition of apex, it's like the pinnacle, right? Or like the top of like a pyramid. So I'm like, okay, A-Flex is people striving towards the pinnacle of their potential. And with Manning, when he talked about legacy and no days off, he was inspired by Phil Knight with Nike. And he was like, Nike has their company name, which is Nike. Then they have their slogan, which is just do it. And then they have their logo, which is the swoosh. So you have those three components. So like no matter what, you see the swoosh, that's Nike. You see the name, Nike. Just do it, oh, that's Nike. So it's unrecognizable, or it's recognizable, right? So I was like, I want to create something similar to that, but with A-Flex. So Manning really inspired me with that. So A-Flex, the name of the company. The Black Jaguar is the logo. And then the slogan, stop wishing, start working, which is the first principle. So if anybody sees stop wishing, start working, A-Flex. A-Flex, the name of the brand, the Black Jaguar. Similar to like how on the back of a lot of the Congo shirts, you see the gorilla. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So you guys, and with Congo, what Congo did for me was you guys showed me that I could succeed just truly being myself. Like, look around. You see all the wrestling stuff. You see Sylvester Stallone. Like, all of these different things are things that motivated you and shaped your childhood and shaped you to the person that you are today. You go to the gym, you see all the albums on the wall and stuff like that. I was like, these people are just authentically themselves and just winning. Because up to that point, I thought I had to be Mr. Suit and Tie and all, like, man, y'all in there jamming music, like, and in whatchamacallit, the Rice Village area, it's a pretty prestigious, like, area, you know what I mean? But they rock with it. Mm-hmm. And you guys showed me that you can win being your authentic self. So I was like, that was a huge inspiration for me. So when you see me on my story talking about fuck your 30-day challenge, like that's how I really feel. Mm-hmm. It might stir the pot a little bit. It might make people I don't care. Yeah. Because that's really how I feel.
And I love that you said that too, because we're like, you're not doing it because of us, because it's really who you are, because we're like that too. This is Taj and I, we always say Congo bears don't hibernate. Mm-hmm. That's for the trainers out there saying, oh, I'm on a bulk or I'm on this. Well, apparently I was on a bulk too, because they were talking about how much I weigh. I was like, I think I'm about 172. I was like, look at the veins today. Let's look at this. And now Warren's like, nah, man, you got to be a little. I was like, oh, come on, bring the scale. I don't ever weigh myself. I was 186. I was like, oh, I have taken the creatine. And Priscilla has been making food lately. And it's just like, yeah. I'm not bulking. People thought I was yoked. And I was, wow, I gained 10 pounds. So now I'm like, I want to look like Hulk Hogan. Every time I'm not 6'7", 6'6", I'm going to gain another 10 pounds. But I'm still going to be jacked. I'm still going to have abs. I'm still going to be ripped. I'm still going to be running a sub 5-minute mile on my last mile and whatever it is. And I love that you brought that up, because to close it out with, I wrote down the branding standpoint in DBC. And I'm glad you brought up Manning. And David's probably got his own thing with the dumbbells, barbells,
Yeah.
cables. Kept it simple, logo. And, he was ahead of his time before everybody started doing the black turfs. And
Yep.
I'll never forget the story with him. It was him and D Wade. I think
yeah.
D Wade was telling David something. We'll have to pull that clip up too. And I think D Wade gifted him the
Yeah,
black turf or
yeah.
something. And it was just like that little thing from an aesthetic standpoint was like, okay, this guy's in the same realm as us, even though he doesn't know us yet, but I'm watching what he's doing and then seeing that podcast and now being in the industry for X amount of years. Like, that's what it is. So he said that, and the DBC, dumbbells, barbell, kettlebells.
Yeah.
Manning talked about the swoosh and the Nikes. So to help you out, to close this out, with Congo, it was the same thing. When we created all this before the supplements, people were like about the big logo on the gym. Oh, you don't want to put Congo Gym on it. You don't want to put the gym attached to all this stuff, clothes and this and that. I was like, no. And this is before we knew Manning's story.
Yeah.
I was like, me and Taj were like, when Nike created Nike, they didn't put Nike and put Nike under it. Everybody fucking sees Nike check and they know what that logo is.
Exactly.
And they know what that logo is. And so that's why we create.
Let's see.
Congo logo.
I got it on the back of my shirt.
It's all good. Everybody knows what it is. But that's when we created the Congo logo. That's the Nike. You don't need to say gym. This is the very beginning of branding because you're talking about branding.
Yeah.
And after that, what were the things you said else about Nike? Just do it.
Just
the
do it.
swoosh, And what else?
And their actual name, like Nike itself. So
Okay.
it's Nike, just do it, and then their logo.
And then you said Apex and
A-Flex.
A-Flex, sorry.
A-Flex, the Black Jaguar, and then Stop Wishing, Start Working.
Stop working. So, Congo, for all the people who never like take time, this is a branding thing for everybody that's listening. He hit the nail on the head what he did for himself. He hit the nail on the head what he learned from DBC, from David, and Manning from in Miami. Ours, Congo is a form of training and lifestyle, but more importantly, it's a mentality. It's the constant quest to become the best version of yourself each and every day. You can endure any obstacles or difficulty that comes your way by embracing the Congo way. The Congo logos are meant to be a constant reminder. Look at this goosebumps, man. Final boss. Congo logos are meant to be a constant reminder that when any doubt or disbelief arises, you can keep moving forward. Going to battle against your challenges will give you the confidence to go after your fears and dreams alike. You are a Congo warrior. Let me guess, the battery wasn't working. All right. You are a Congo warrior. What are you waiting for? Go for it. Again, go for it is another one of our slogans. The 3 heads represent the sectors of Congo: training, lunging, and running. Experience Congo in the wild. As always, it's Congo versus the world. Final boss.
And that's the thing, bro. Like, Congo is more than just fitness, and that was something else I was trying to really capture with mine. I noticed even with Manning's No Days Off, it's more than just a fitness brand. It's truly a brand in itself. It's not just a gym. It's a way of life. It's a lifestyle. The Congo way. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's what I love about it, and that's what I envision even for A-Flex. It's not just about training. It's not just about stretch therapy. It's a way. That's why I got my principles.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
That's why I brought up the go for it.
Exactly.
Because of the principles you have. So
yes.
even while you're doing this and when you showed me your laptop, that's why I gave okay. Because you did it without any influence. You naturally did it in the sense of who you kind of learned from and saw. And
Yes.
to me, and I hope this for you, if you continue the path that you're on, you will have undeniable success because you're doing all the things now to be successful to set you up
that.
for later.
I appreciate that.
And you hit it, and you're right there, man. And it's funny when Taj did a lot of this. It was a family, everything. But Taj, he had the verbiage, and then when he created the sectors, it was such a great idea because he's like, how can we tackle all the things? Because we're not just one thing, right?
Nope.
So that, and then childhood, how you were talking about,
Yep.
right? So helping you with branding. Obviously, we all know the Congo logo. That's the evolution of getting locked out. It's even more, Do you know that, right? Did you know that?
Oh, I know about the story. About
So the story behind the Congo logo is actually Frankie, forgot his last name, huge mural artist here. We were the first ones really to use him.
Okay.
and this is when I was paying my own money at the time because they didn't want to invest in the gym, so I was paying my own money.
Yeah.
I had him start doing murals.
Okay,
in the gym.
yeah.
And the first mural we did was the Ali when he's looking over.
I remember that
pictures.
one. I seen it. Yeah.
That one was so sick.
The Bruce
And
Lee
then-
one.
Yeah. Well, the Bruce Lee was last.
Okay.
And then the next one we did the big gorilla, and we had the 9 logo in the gorilla. And the way he painted it, when the sun would shine in the garage, it was like a silhouette almost. It was so
shit.
sick. And then the Bruce Lee happened.
Okay.
So getting back to the story of the logo, I think that painting is still in the gym. That gym, because I think it's a baseball gym now or whatever they're trying to do. It's like, fuck that. We painted that. We're all about the gorillas. And then, we posted the, even in that post before it. Again, this is for people like we're telling stories without telling stories. So I started out my morning. I started out with Goggins and the Evolution of Congo with big names like Christian Guzman, Barbie Blank. And then this is about Stallone movie. He was a 20-1 long shot, which is this right here, Naeed, if you don't know what Over the Top is. It was a 20-1 long shot in the movie for an arm wrestling competition, and he sold his pickup, and he put it all on the line on
Yeah.
himself. So you get stuff like that. So I'm telling a story. Again, it's not just a dump. I'm telling a story.
Yep.
And so after the odds, the next picture was 9 Innovations, and after the 9 Innovations picture was Caesar, because this is what happened. Didn't want a war. We didn't want to, man. But we will fight if we must.
That's what it is, man.
And so, long story short, that fucking gorilla was ours, and we took it. And if you notice, it looks very simple to the Transformers. And the reason why that happened is because we took our logo, we transformed that son of a bitch, and we made it into the Congo logo. And we did not want to start this war, but because you started it, and they drew first blood, we will do last blood, because it ain't over. We're just starting. So that's actually the story of
I did not know that, actually.
out of that. So, Malik, I commend you. I see your hard work, and you remind me of a younger version of myself, and I know what it's like. I'm appreciative for you to be on the podcast. You keep working hard. You keep striving for things. Anything in this world is capable if you truly see it, vision, believe in it. And what is it? Chase it. What'd you say it was?
Stop wishing, start working.
Stop wishing, stop working.
Yeah.
So every day you wake up, hey man, stop wishing, stop working. You got anything else you want to tell the followers or anything you want to get off? We left out?
I would just say, bet on yourself. The best investment you can make is in yourself, bro. I mean, when I decided to leave my previous job and pursue what I'm doing right now, like I didn't have a bunch of clients lined up. I literally just jumped out the helicopter and said I'm gonna build a parachute on the way down. And that's it.
And I've watched it. He has. And he has.
Yeah. So like sometimes, bro, in life you just gotta stay fuck it and just take a risk. And just bet on you and just trust that at the end of the day everything's gonna work out for you. You just gotta continue to put one foot in front of the other. And shoot, bro, that sounded cliche. Trust the process. And yeah, man, just keep wishing. Sorry. Stop wishing, start working. Fuck that up, but it's all good, bro.
All good.
All good. But yeah, man. That's it, man.
So what's next for your fitness stuff right now? Where you at? Where can they find you? Are you mobile? You're at Congo?
So I'm offering both training and stretch therapy at Congo Gym. Instagram is malik.siraj, as well as A-Flex Movement for the A-Flex IG. And you can just shoot me a DM if you're ever interested in either a stretch session or a training session, and go from there, man.
All right, so this would be a good one to help Malik out. And since we fucked up the giveaway, how many followers is your new fitness? Do you have your new fitness page? How many followers are you at right now?
Like 35, 36, not a lot. I just opened it.
Give me the actual number real quick.
Yeah, let me see.
We'll go off the number.
Boom, 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 boom.
How many followers does he have?
He's got 35.
35.
Okay. The 40th follower on
A-Flex Movement.
A-Flex Movement. Be sure to follow and like Not subscribe, because that's YouTube, right?
Yeah, that's you too.
The 40th follower, you will receive. What should we give him, Malik? A creatine? You know, since we were talking about size, we'll do a creatine.
Creatine?
Yeah.
You do that.
The 40th follower on
A-Flex movement.
will get a free Congo Subs creatine. Or should we make that number higher?
Yeah, this will come out in 2 weeks. So I mean, it's up to you.
Yeah, we could do that.
Let's
We
go
could make it
50.
higher.
Because of my following, I don't know if we'll be able to get to a fucking 100 because of the 100th one.
Yeah, that's
We got 36?
About 35. So,
35?
Yeah, 35.
All right, let's get him. We need to get Malik to 50.
There we go.
Let's
we can
get
do that.
Malik to 50. When Malik gets to 50 followers, only because I'm judging my reach, I would like to say 100, but 14 people from a follow from a podcast
Yeah, that's
would be
solid.
great.
No, that's solid.
50th follower, whoever it is, you will get a free Congo Subs creatine.
Bam. There we go.
Okay. With that being said, thank you for all of our sponsors. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you all for your hard work. Like I said, this is a village. It takes a lot to build this. And without my family, none of it's possible. And now as you guys grow, I hope you take this advice and you go after your dreams and understand things are going to get dirty. Things are going to get rough. You're going to lose people along the way. But hey, you're going to have a lot of people that are going to be with you along the way.
Yep.
And it's okay to be yourself. It's okay to tell your truth. It's okay to ruffle feathers. It's okay to be disruptors. And it's okay to be petty sometimes. Put that article again right here. Because, as you can tell, it's Congo versus the world, brother. And if you're not down with that, you guys want one more shot of the regular stuff?
We can do it. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do
They
it.
still don't know what this is.
I don't know, man.
But I'm gonna bust this out if it ever happens again. And they'll be like, oh, that's what it was that day if it's not watered down. And then, Aaron, how hard would it be to get a different camera angle to talk about Halloween real quick?
We got a guy here get a phone
Okay.
out.
There you go.
Okay, before I shut it down with the wrestling promo, or you want to use that camera? What camera do you want to use? Because I was going to put it on the pod. It's up to you. You're the producer.
What are you doing? You're doing like a
I was just going to highlight my new Halloween decoration for the upcoming year. I only put that there for the podcast today.
Oh, okay. Here, I'll just grab the camera real quick.
Okay, he's going to grab the camera real quick. Just, back to the beginning before he grabs that camera. What happened was I was supposed to work out, I was supposed to do all this stuff, but then Priscilla came out because the neighbors wanted to start a war and the kids got new Halloween decorations. And I said, nah, and then it started raining. And then Priscilla, she went into that work mode of getting the Halloween stuff out. And these guys saw me. I had a waded vest and a hoodie on. I was about to lunge a mile. I didn't even lunge my mile yet before the pod. And it started out with the Halloween decorations. So the second biggest drop of the summer, because we already had the first one with the Congo Subs. Our guy Freddy.
Gonna split you in two. Ever play Skin the Cat?
Obviously has a lot of significant meaning because I proposed to my future wife now on Halloween party. So Freddy is in the building. He's the new animatronic for the Khan household, and it's that time of year again. Also, Chalkline. Maybe we can do something together for Halloween because they said they were interested in doing something. So go after your dreams, ruffle feathers. Malik, appreciate you coming on, my
Appreciate
dog.
you having me, man.
Let me get mine real quick. One last time for Tony. He always knows.
Oh, yeah.
He always knows.
Oh, for sure.
He
Most
always
definitely.
knows.
Most
Can
definitely.
you guys fit in this or no?
Oh, yeah, we can
Yeah,
probably do that.
just fit in there. We're gonna, you know how we're gonna say it. We're gonna end the show with these two words, baby.
You already know what it is.
It's Congo versus the world. It's Congo Subs. Go after your dreams. Pay your rent. Don't miss out on the rent. Don't get locked out. And if you do get locked out, you rise from the ashes and you join the mega powers. And if you're not down with that, we and all of us have got two words for you. Suck it! Like, subscribe, share, Daily Dose. Tell your truth. We out.